Ladies and gentlemen, the processional of the University Convocation Ceremony, signifying the beginning of the 126th academic year at Washington State University, will now begin. Entering the Coliseum and leading the processional is Faculty Senate Chair A.G. Rudd, bearing the university mace, a traditional symbol of authority. Serving as his honor guard are Graduate and Professional Student Association President Melanie Thornton and Associated Students of Washington State University President Taylor Christensen. Now entering the Coliseum is the President's Platform Party, made up of Washington State University administration, college deans, the sophomore welcome speaker, the faculty speaker, the provost, and the president. Please remain standing while Andrew Turner, a senior vocal performance major, sings Washington State University's alma mater, Washington, My Washington. You'll find the words in your program and on the large screens.
Washington, my Washington, the crimson and the gray. 'Tis a song of memory that we sing today. When the sad hours come to you and the troubles round you play, just sing the song of Washington, the crimson and the gray. Just sing the songs of Washington, the crimson and the gray.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Now, please make welcome the 11th President of Washington State University, Dr. Kirk Schultz.
Thank you and good morning. Great to see so many folks out on a warm day like this. I have the distinct honor of welcoming all of you, students, families, faculty, and staff, to the 2016 Washington State University Convocation Ceremony and to Washington State University. Welcome to the 2016-17 school year. I'm looking forward to a great first year as WSU president and want this school year to be the best one for each and every one of you. What advice would I have to offer? You know, as a longtime faculty member at several universities, this is a great opportunity to talk about what types of things I think are important for each and every one of you to hear and to be thinking about as you start your academic career at Washington State. So I got 5 things this morning that I think are really, really important. First, go to class. This is not a really difficult one, but make sure that you get up and you go to class. And when we talk to students sometimes that struggle a little bit, and one of the first questions we ask is, are you going to class? You're going to have a couple answers. One is, oh yeah, I'm there every day. I'm sitting right up front so I can pay attention. Or sometimes you get, well, it's kind of 8 in the morning. You know, I was out on a hot date last night, and you know, it's just hard to get up and go. It's important that you attend your class. Second, ask your instructors for help. It's amazing, even with our own sons when they went off to school, and we would call them or text them or whatever on the phone, and we'd say, hey, how's it going? Well, you know, I'm not doing so well in this class or whatever. And we'd say, have you gone and talked to the instructor? Well, not really. I sent them an email. Go and talk with your instructor. Our professors, our instructors, the folks that are here want to help you learn and want to help you be successful in your classes. So don't hesitate ever to set up an appointment, to go by, to talk with them and say, hey, this isn't making sense. I don't know what's going on here. Give me some help. Third, be involved on campus. You know, you're certainly here we want you to have a great time. We want you to go to class. We want you to talk to your instructors. But find a club, an organization, whether it's pledging a fraternity or sorority, whether it's involvement in an engineering club or a gaming club or whatever. We have hundreds of opportunities for you to be involved and engaged on campus. And we want to make sure that you find something that makes you part of our campus community. Fourth, all things in moderation. If you elect to drink alcohol while you're here, make sure you're responsible and stop drinking before you're intoxicated. And I know you sit there thinking, hey, Kirk, you know, I'm not 21 and I don't have to worry about that for a few years. I know none of you are thinking that, but in case you were, it's important that you be careful with alcohol. So make sure that you go out, and if you're going to drink and you got friends with you, have a support structure with you. Be careful. And if you feel yourself getting intoxicated, don't get behind the wheel of a car and decide to drive somewhere. Be smart with alcohol and be smart with your relationships. Fifth, cheer on the Cougs. We have 15 different varsity sports that all will start up. A lot of them will start up in the next couple weeks. As a matter of fact, tonight, our women's soccer team takes on 15th ranked BYU right here in Pullman. That can be your first opportunity to go cheer on the Cougs. But it's important, go out and support our athletic teams. All of them need student support. Come out and you'll find out it's a great way to spend an evening. So to get you ready for that, we need to make sure that you've got the Go Cougs cheer down. So we're going to ask you on the count of 3. Let me hear a Go Cougs. And, you know, it's inside here, so it should be really, really loud. So we'll start off. 1, 2, 3. Go Cougs! Okay, that would probably work okay at Husky Stadium, but we're going to have to do a little better than that because we are Cougs. So one more time. 1, 2, 3. That's what I like. So thank you. I hope each of you has a great year. Feel free to reach out to me at any time via email or Twitter or any other way to let me know things that we can be doing better, things that you like, things that you don't like. All of us up here that you're going to see today want this to be the best 4 or 5 years of your experience here at Washington State, and we want to do everything we can to help you with that. Next, I'd like to introduce the person who actually runs the university and does stuff besides stand up and speak, and that's Dan Bernardo, our Provost and Executive Vice President. Provost Bernardo is the university's senior academic officer. Following the death of President Elson Floyd, he served as interim president from July 2015 until June of this year. From 2005 to 2013, he served as Vice President for Agriculture and Extension and Dean of the College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences, where he administered the college teaching, research, and outreach programs. Please give a big Cougar welcome to Dan Bernardo.
Thank you, President Schultz, and welcome to WSU. Today, I have the pleasure of formally introducing all of you to each other and to our leadership and to this great institution. This year, we have an amazing group of distinguished entering students. That's you. It's because of all of you that Washington State University continues to foster excellence and promote the highest level of teaching, learning, and leadership. So first, I'd like to introduce some of the leaders of Washington State University. Please hold your applause until all of the introductions are complete, or we won't get to lunch until much later. Will those I introduce please stand and remain standing? Laura Powell, Chair of the WSU Board of Regents. Mike Worthy, Member and past Chair of the WSU Board of Regents. Our faculty speaker today, John Schneider, Associate Dean of the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture. David Soleil, Vice President for Academic Outreach and Innovation. There he is. Yeah, there you are. Christopher King, Vice President for Research. Joan King, Associate Vice President and Chief University Budget Officer. Sashi Pillay, Vice President of Information Technology Services and Chief Information Officer. William Andrzejewski. William Andrzejewski? Oh, there he is. Okay, sorry. William Andrzejewski, Dean of the Graduate School. Donald Bender, Interim Dean of the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture. Daryl DeWald, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences. Joyce Griffin Sobel, Dean of the College of Nursing. Larry Hunter, Dean of the Carson College of Business. Ron Middlehammer, Dean of the College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences. M. Grant Norton, Dean of the Honors College. Bruce Pinkleton, Interim Dean of the Murrow College of Communications. Brian Slinker, Dean of the College of Veterinary Medicine. Mike Trevison, Dean of the College of Education. Ray Acuna Luna, Chair of the Administrative Professional Advisory Council. A.G. Rudd, Faculty Senate Chair. Melanie Thornton, President of the Graduate Professional Student Association. And Taylor Christensen, your President of the Associated Students of Washington State University. Yeah. Please give a warm round of applause for these university leaders. Thank you. You all may be seated. They even follow instructions. Isn't that great? Among the faculty, administrators, and staff who participated in the processional this morning are several caring experts from our nationally recognized first-year Focus Learning Community Program. Would the first-year Focus faculty please stand? These faculty members, distinguished by their silver stoles, will be working specifically with our incoming first-year students, you, this fall in a variety of general education courses and in conjunction with our residence halls and libraries. Would all of the faculty and staff here today please stand and remain standing with our several silver stoles? Thank you. These dedicated educators, researchers, and public servants change our state and world and make it better through research, scholarship, and outreach work, and help shape our students' experience during their careers here at Washington State University. It is with admiration that we thank our faculty and staff with a round of applause. Please join me. You may be seated. Thank you. The Associated Students of Washington State University, ASWSU for short, serves as a resource and an advocate for all of our current and prospective students across the WSU network. Would the ASWSU officers here please stand? We have some over here. Taylor, you're an ASW. You're the big dog. Okay, have some over here. Okay. These are your student leaders, and we hope that you get to know them through your years here at WSU. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you, and hopefully some of you in the audience here, you freshmen and transfer students, will be in their position in the years to come. And most importantly are our students. You are the heartbeat of this institution and the reason we are here today. Would all new and transfer students please stand? Yeah. We welcome you to Washington State University. And President Schultz, it is my honor to present to you the Washington State University 2016 entering class. All right. Please be seated. At this time, I would like to present the sophomore welcome speaker, someone who just a year ago was in exactly the same place that you are now. Here to speak about his freshman experience and lessons learned at WSU, please welcome Garrett Schnedeker. Garrett.
Thank you, Provost Bernardo. And hello, class of 2020. Yeah. Okay, so let's start with a show of hands. Over this past week, how many of us have had even one moment where we felt uncomfortable about coming to college? Yeah? Okay. Keep your, teachers, yeah? Yeah? You too? You're pretty uncomfortable? Okay. Now, okay, keep your hands up. Now, how many of the rest of us now feel uncomfortable about being asked if we're uncomfortable? Okay. Now, one more time. One more question. How many of us haven't put our hands up? All right. Are we all uncomfortable now? Yeah, I am. Yeah. All right. I remember moving into my dorm last year, saying goodbye to my parents, finding the dining hall, and starting to talk to my roommates. It was all very exciting, but especially that first day, there were moments of hesitation and shyness. I remember almost every day during Week of Welcome trying to start a conversation with someone I just met, and then having to break the awkward silence I'd created because I didn't really know how to create a conversation with someone it was just all very awkward. For me, this was the first time I was away from home, and that in itself was uncomfortable. If you've been feeling this too, as I know now we all have from our hand raising, let me help comfort your discomfort with some things I learned last year. 1, don't focus just on who you are, but also focus on who you want to become. The media, other colleges, and this college give really important messages, such as to just be yourself, be true to yourself, just do you. When I heard this, what I wanted to hear myself say back was, well, yes, sir, all right, I'll just be me. That was easy. However, what I actually heard myself saying was, oh, okay, wait. So I just came from a town about half this size, from a graduating class of 225, and I'm sort of having trouble with the whole human interaction thing, so just be me. How do I even know who me is? I was afraid. I am afraid. When we're afraid, we want to do something about it, and in that moment lies the opportunity to find what can change to then shape who we want to become. And then college becomes this fun place where we're all just out there learning, being afraid, and changing. This can be as simple as, my high school self never made my bed, but I think the person I want to become always makes their bed in the morning. So I'm gonna start making my bed tomorrow. Or it could be a more difficult situation where the person you are is declaring a major that everyone expects you to have because it's who you are, it's who you've been. But you may think that the person you want to become is going in a different direction, with a different major, because it's what you've always wanted. So against all expectations, you change your major. I mean, I gotta tell you, I'm a music major, and I think about this every day. But when I do think about it, the person I want to become still plays music and is passionate about it. We can all tap into that person we want to become and not be afraid of whatever that person says. 2, don't be afraid to do things you don't want to do. The best part about college is the overwhelming independence it automatically grants us. There are no parents and no defined schedules. Well, except for classes, which we should probably pay attention to occasionally, right, teachers? Yeah, that's important, okay. With this independence, you could set yourself up with a pretty comfortable routine. Go to class, have lunch in your dorm or with a friend, do homework, go to the rec, play video games, sleep, and repeat. If you choose, college can be easy. What college also gives you, though, is the independence to try new things. Go to an event or club meeting your previous self wouldn't, or a concert or sporting event that you didn't think you'd enjoy at first. If we give ourselves chances to challenge our old ways and take advantage of opportunities, that new activity could become a hobby or even a possible career. 3, talk to people, even if you don't want to or think you have nothing in common with them. Okay. So I know what you're all thinking. Wait, but people, but really? Do I have to? But I don't know them. Well, you don't have to. But actually, yes, you do have to. Back home, we had our circle of friends, knew who we got along with, and stuck with those friends. Last year, now in a new place with new people, I felt nervous because I didn't want to meet people I didn't know. I didn't want to talk to them because I was worried what they would think of me. But they're nervous too. Yes, I've had that conversation where I go, "Hi, what's your name?" Or, well, first how it goes is, wait, there you go. Well, "Hi, how are you?" "Great, what's your name?" "Freshman." Yeah, those conversations. And it didn't help. I was also swing dancing while that was going on. And the song just started, so it was just pretty bad all around. But yes, we're all a little nervous when we meet new people. And we can use that as common ground to start a new conversation. Now, I don't mean you start your conversations with, "Hi, nice to meet you. Are you nervous? Because I am." No, don't do that. Just know that we're all on the same page here when we meet someone new. 4, this last one's tough. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. In college, we feel pressure to be the best and to do the most. The most pressure I feel is getting a job after college. How can people ask us where we see ourselves in 4 years? We don't have 20/20 vision. Although maybe you do as the class of 2020, I don't know. Being vulnerable sucks sometimes because it means being vulnerable. I mean, it's not a great feeling. You don't start out your daily to-do list with go to library, study for tests, share deepest feelings with roommate. No. Being vulnerable is a hard thing to do, especially because we like to be strong, right? We like to feel like nothing is wrong. For example, I had 2 roommates last year. In some ways, it was fun in that our room became a movie theater / study room / yoga studio / dining area / campground. But that's another story. They both like to stay up and watch movies late at night and have friends over. Me, being both an introvert and having 8 a.m. classes every morning, couldn't handle it. I tried to play it cool, staying up late as well, and pretending that I could handle going to bed at midnight or 1 every day. But I couldn't do it. So, well, especially me who doesn't like coffee, I really couldn't do it. So I asked, first I had to confront them. And who likes confronting people? A show of hands? Exactly, yeah. I asked my roommates to respect my needs for sleep and to tell their friends to leave when it got too late for me. Fortunately, my roommates were great about this, and they listened to me. See, this was taking a risk, one I could have easily avoided by pretending it was okay. But I chose to step out of my comfort zone and be the party pooper. But hey, I got my sleep back, and it was worth it. So all of this could happen to you too this year, whether it's with a roommate, a friend down the hall, a teacher, or even with your parents back home. You will feel some discomfort this year. And it sucks. I mean, the discomfort, it's just there and it feels weird, but you don't know what to do with it. So if you just maybe ignore it, it should go away, but it doesn't. So it's like those 2 slices of Domino's pizza that have been sitting in your mini fridge for 3 weeks. I mean, I guess they're edible, but I don't know what to do with them, and they look kind of weird, but I don't want to throw them away, and I don't know. Ugh. But those feelings, those ugly feelings that don't feel right, they are natural. Whether those feelings mean having an awkward chat with your roommate, changing your major, joining a club, or talking to someone you've never met, you do what you need to do to overcome that discomfort. And the first step to overcoming discomfort is taking that initial risk, a decision where we can't predict the outcome. This risk is voluntary, and we can choose to avoid it. But risking that discomfort is the only way to begin making lasting connections with people and find out who we're all becoming. I really hope to see you all around campus this year. I'd love to chat with you, or at least try to chat with you, and who knows, maybe we can even share some awkward silence after I say, "Hi, my name is Sophomore." I hope you have an uncomfortable year in all the right ways. Go Cougs!
Well, thank you, Garrett, for that. Great set of advice, and please find him when he's walking around campus, maybe around the music building, it sounds like. Well, we're now going to hear from our faculty speaker. John Schneider is an associate professor in the School of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science, and he's also associate dean for undergraduate programs in the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture. He's taught 19 different courses during his 27 years at WSU, ranging from introductory courses to advanced graduate seminars. He is recipient of the Voiland College's Reed Miller Teaching Excellence Award, and he truly loves teaching and reflects that in every hour of his day at WSU. He was named a Fellow of the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, which is an international honor, for his contributions to the field of computational electromagnetics, but he is especially proud of co-authoring multiple papers with undergraduate students, which I might add is a byproduct of our undergraduate research program that we hope everybody in this audience eventually will have an opportunity to participate in. Now, I didn't realize this next part about John, but despite professing no athletic talent, he is qualified to run the Boston Marathon, and he also has completed multiple Ironman triathlons, which obviously means he has a lot of athletic talent and maybe just is a little bit off the edge here. John, have you done the Coeur d'Alene? Wow. And so he did the Coeur d'Alene triathlon, which is one of the most challenging in America, and I don't know that by firsthand experience. Please join me by welcoming Dr. John Schneider.
Thank you, Dan. So, thank you, Dan. And as you go through life, I think there's a limit to the amount of purple that you have on at any one time, and right now I'm way over that limit, so I'm just going to do a little wardrobe adjustment here. And why are we here? And by we, I actually don't mean you. I mean the people behind me, the faculty and staff of WSU, this university. Why are we here? And to answer that question, we could turn to this. This is WSU's latest strategic plan, and it's a good document. It really is. But we don't have time for that. So instead, I'm going to distill down the answer to this question of why are we here to a quote. Maybe you've seen it before. It's by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. And stage party, I don't know if you want to all rotate around, or I could rotate my laptop so you can see it here on this side. So this quote is, if you want to build a ship, don't drum up people to collect wood, and don't assign them tasks and work, but rather, and I'm going to hit pause right there. We'll continue on with this in a second, but wood, assigned tasks, that's so 19th century. What if we want to build a ship that's really on the cutting edge of what ships are? So instead of a gorgeous ship like this, what if we want to be designing, creating some of the ships that are being made in this state, Washington State, right now? Ships like the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, or Blue Origin's reusable New Shepard rocket. These are state-of-the-art, phenomenal things. Wood? Assigning tasks? Shouldn't we be talking about novel alloys and composite materials? Shouldn't we be talking about high-performance team dynamics and motivational psychology, supply chain management? And yes, if you want to build these ships, you have to have those skills, and we'll teach those skills to you here at WSU. But in terms of why we're here, in the rest of that quote, it doesn't matter. We could stick with wood. So here's the rest of the quote. So if you want people to build a ship, teach them to long for the endless immensity of the sea. And that's why we're here, to instill this lifelong love of learning, to teach you how your education can transform this world for the better. And it's going to be this longing for the immensity of the sea that can buoy you through some of these challenging courses you'll have. Maybe outside your major multivariate vector calculus. And for you engineering students, maybe sign up for a course outside your comfort zone in philosophy, psychology, fine arts. Maybe it'll inspire you to learn Chinese, learn German. Or for all of you, maybe it'll motivate you to learn a powerful, tremendously fun language like Python, a computer language. Sign up for Computer Science 111. Okay, so this endless immensity of the sea, that longing for it, that speaks to me, but I'm from a long line of seafaring people. I'm half Icelandic. Maybe you don't have that background. Maybe you're from a long line of inland farmers, or you have a Native American heritage where you could trace back your roots generation after generation far from the sea. But if you have that kind of background with farming or Native American heritage, you understand better than just about anyone else that we're all on a ship. This ship. And where is this ship headed? So when I was a little younger than most of you are now, I had to travel across Washington, D.C., and I was shocked by what I did not see. People. No one was driving, no one was out on the street. It was a ghost town, a major city, the capital of the greatest nation in the earth, and it was a ghost town. Why? Because everybody, and I mean everybody, was inside watching this. Live coverage of humans setting foot for the first time on a celestial body other than Earth. Just a phenomenal achievement. So what was the future that I imagined as I was a little younger than you? So Peter Thiel, think of him what you will, has rather famously said, we wanted flying cars, instead we got 140 characters. Now, I am not dissing Twitter, and there are people here you should be following. And you know what? No, I didn't want flying cars. And I still don't want flying cars. But I do want autonomous vehicles. And WSU, I know, is playing a role in making this a reality. This will transform how we work, how we live, how we relate. So the future hasn't ended. The future is still on its way. That was my youth. I had great reason for optimism about the future. But what about you? These are dark times, aren't they? Look at what's happening in Syria, what's happened in Orlando, Nice, Dallas, San Bernardino, Baton Rouge, and Baltimore. But no, in so many ways, you are living in the best of times. So this dark world that we have, that should be on the screen now. There we go. There's the dark world. In the 1800s, you could lift that darkness using this. You could read for an hour in the evening, but it would cost you 6 hours of your wages to provide that illumination. Now we use something like this. You go home, you turn on the lights, you don't think twice about it. That hour of illumination, that is costing you about 1/2 of 1 second of your wages. And why is that? Because of advances in power engineering. And right here at WSU, we have one of the best power programs in the world. You go to your local grocery store, Dismore, Safeway here in Pullman, you have access to food that King Louis XIV couldn't obtain with all the riches in his realm. And why is that? Because some of the work that's done here at WSU, where we are the world's leader when it comes to organic and sustainable agriculture. And I could give you many examples like this where WSU is really making this the best of times. But you're thinking, oh, those are kind of technology examples. You know, and isn't a meaningful life much more than just technology? And yeah, you're right. It can't be just technology, and it's not. So WSU has taken its considerable research enterprise, and it has focused those largely around 5 research themes, or 5 grand challenges. So these grand challenges are in sustainable resources, sustaining health, national security, and smart systems. And as an engineer, I have to love these 4 out of the 5 research themes. I see our college playing very nicely in this. But the 5th one, that one's even more important, because without that one, the rest of these are hollow. They're meaningless. So the 5th research theme concerns opportunity and equity. And we're talking about research here, but this very much defines WSU writ large. This is our mission. We're not about who we exclude, we're about who we include, about providing a transformative, world-class, affordable education. So we're about providing opportunity and ensuring equity. So over my 27 years here at WSU, I have met many well-prepared students. And they could have gone to the most exclusive universities there are and thrived there. And yet they were here at WSU, and that's a good choice. And if you're one of those students, I just wanted to mention this book. It's called Excellent Sheep, The Miseducation of American Elite. And I'd recommend it for everyone. It's a very thought-provoking book about what it means to have a meaningful education. And I'd recommend it to everyone. I mean everyone here. So it was written by former Yale professor William Dereshowitz. After the book was published, he had an article that appeared in the New Republic in which he wrote, "Is there anything that I could do, a lot of young people have written to ask me, to avoid becoming an out-of-touch, entitled little so-and-so?" And I'm not quoting him exactly there. Use your imagination. And you know what the answer to this question was? You're right. Go to WSU. Okay, I'm paraphrasing, but only slightly. Here's actually verbatim what he wrote. "I don't have a satisfying answer short of telling them to transfer to a public university." go to WSU. So you elite, well-prepared students, great. Maybe you're coming to university, though, a bit more like I was. The Ivy League sure wasn't in your future. And if you're coming from that background, it's okay. So whether you are well prepared or from a troubled background, you can achieve great success here at WSU. One important thing is that you have to abandon any notion of innate ability, of a fixed intellect. And one more book recommendation here, Mindset by Stanford professor Carol Dweck. Very quick read, and you don't have time for this, that's okay. We could distill this book down to this simple statement. More than 3 decades of research shows that a focus on effort, not on intelligence or ability, is key to success in school and in life. So you do have a path for success here. You're starting with a clean slate, and we wish you wonderful things. Now with that, you will see me on campus, maybe at the rec center, maybe in class. And when you see me, let me know how we, and by that I mean WSU, are doing in terms of instilling, growing, nurturing this longing for the endless immensity of the sea as we continue to build and improve this ship upon which we all sail. So with that, thank you, and go Cougs. Thank you.
Thank you, John, for those outstanding words and conveying what WSU is really about. And we really enjoy the wardrobe alteration there. Now it's my great pleasure to present to you your ASWSU President, Taylor Christensen.
Good morning. Thanks, Provost Bernardo. Welcome, class of 2020. We are so excited to have you here on campus. As your new ASWSU president, I'm excited to welcome each and every one of you into the Cougar family. There are lots of great things happening here on campus, and I encourage you to get involved, share your ideas, make a difference, and change the world. Take some risks at WSU. Take advantage of the experience. Join an organization. Get involved with your residence hall. Go Greek. Attend an athletic event. Volunteer. Ask out the man or woman of your dreams. This is your time, so do something with it. The video you're about to see showcases several examples of what the WSU experience can be for you and brings to life what it means to be a Coug. We hope you enjoy this look at where life at Washington State can take you.
Students, administration, faculty, staff, and families, at this time, I'll ask you to take out your program. The pin inside your program marks your common entry point on this journey that will last your entire life. You will walk this journey alongside literally tens of thousands of other Cougars who have walked these same paths, lived in these residence halls, and learned in these classrooms, studied in our libraries, and worked in these same buildings. President Schultz, will you, as a newcomer to WSU, please join me at the podium? As a symbol of this journey, I ask that you now remove the pin from your program and very carefully pin the person seated next to you. Okay. Very cool. Got it? Yep. Cool. Thank you. Yep.
Thank you for being on this journey with me, and I will see each and every one of you again in 4 years at graduation. Go Cougs.
As many of you know, part of being a Cougar is the WSU fight song, which will all hold a very special place in your heart. So stand with me and join me in welcoming the WSU Cougar Marching Band as they lead us in the WSU fight song.
Well, they certainly are the best in the West, and we want to thank Butch and the WSU Marching Band for their participation today. Before we conclude our ceremony today, I would just like to take this opportunity to thank our interpreters, Sean Hardesty and Mark Harris, the offstage and unsung announcer, Tom Saylor, the Beasley Coliseum crew, new student programs, university communications, and university ceremonies for their outstanding work in pulling off today's ceremony. Please join me in showing your appreciation with a round of applause. This concludes our ceremony. We are all ready to begin the 2016 fall semester on Monday. And I'm very proud to be a part of such a wonderful Cougar family of learners and friends. For the recessional, please remain seated until the platform party and the faculty have departed, and you will be excused by your row leaders. We invite you to join all Cougars on the campus picnic immediately following the recessional across the overpass on Cougar Way. Honor Guard, please lead the recessional, and go Cougs!
Now, please make welcome the 11th President of Washington State University, Dr. Kirk Schultz.
Thank you and good morning. Great to see so many folks out on a warm day like this. I have the distinct honor of welcoming all of you, students, families, faculty, and staff, to the 2016 Washington State University Convocation Ceremony and to Washington State University. Welcome to the 2016-17 school year. I'm looking forward to a great first year as WSU president and want this school year to be the best one for each and every one of you. What advice would I have to offer? You know, as a longtime faculty member at several universities, this is a great opportunity to talk about what types of things I think are important for each and every one of you to hear and to be thinking about as you start your academic career at Washington State. So I got 5 things this morning that I think are really, really important. First, go to class. This is not a really difficult one, but make sure that you get up and you go to class. And when we talk to students sometimes that struggle a little bit, and one of the first questions we ask is, are you going to class? You're going to have a couple answers. One is, oh yeah, I'm there.
Made up of Washington State University administration, college deans, the sophomore welcome speaker, the faculty speaker, the provost, and the president. Please remain standing while Andrew Turner, a senior vocal performance major, sings Washington State University's alma mater, Washington, My Washington. You'll find the words in your program and on the large screens.
Washington, my Washington, the crimson and the gray. 'Tis a song of memory that we sing today. When the sad hours come to you and troubles round you play, just sing the song of Washington, the crimson and the gray. Just sing the songs of Washington, the crimson and the gray.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the processional of the University Convocation Ceremony, signifying the beginning of the 126th academic year at Washington State University, will now begin. Entering the Coliseum and leading the processional is Faculty Senate Chair A.G. Rudd, bearing the University Mace, a traditional symbol of authority. Serving as his honor guard are Graduate and Professional Student Association President Melanie Thornton and Associated Students of Washington State University President Taylor Christensen. Now entering the Coliseum is the President's Platform Party,